So I saw They Will Kill You at the theaters when it came out. I thought this was a solid, fun, over the top R-rated action movie. And I would say if you take the Kill Bill movies and Wait Not movies and put them together, this is what that movie would be. Is this? And it's funny because this movie came out a week after Wait Not 2 came out, which has a similar plot. And originally, this movie was gonna come out the same week as Ready or Not 2, Here I Come. So it's funny that you had like two movies that were very similar, released close to each other. I did like this movie more, spoiler for more than Ready or Not 2, Here I Come. When it comes to the negatives with this movie, I do think the sister relationship between the two main the between the main character and the sister in this movie, I felt like you could have fussed out a little bit more of that. It did feel surface level that part of the story in the movie, where I didn't find myself really feeling all that invested in the sister relationship because I don't feel like they developed it enough in this movie. And I would say this is that the plot is similar to Ready or Not, so I don't think the plot really is anything special. It does anything particularly new. There is an element of plot which I was surprised where they went when it comes to the immortal aspect of the plot. Overall, though, this movie doesn't really. I would say this movie doesn't really do anything that's like really like new that you haven't seen in the movies before, or anything that really like stands out when it comes to the plot of the movie. And like I said, it's similar to Where You Are Not, like some the plot. So it's not like it's doing anything really particularly new that I haven't seen done before. And I would say that the main character of the movie, which is played by an actress from the first Joker movie, and who played Domino in Deadpool 2, but forgetting what her name is. Oh, Zaya Beats, with some probably pronouncing her name wrong. You know, I wouldn't say her character is the deepest in the world. I did like her character though, and I think she pulls off playing a badass really well. And I've liked her like in everything she's personally. So I thought she was great in this movie. Her character isn't the deepest in the world. When it comes to the positives with this movie, is that I did like her character, and like I said, she can definitely play a badass. Like you do buy her when she's doing ass and stuff. You're just like, yeah, you don't want to mess with her. And I think there's some funny, dark sense of humor moments in this movie with the aspect of the plot being she goes in this hotel that's run by a satanic group with all immortal. So there's some fun elements of the accent with the fact that they're immortal. You cut off body parts and they just put them back together. So there's some like funny, fun, dark sense of humor moments in this movie with the fact that she's fighting these people who are immortal. So you get some fun moments with that. And I think the supporting cast do a great job. You have Tom Felton from the Harry Potter movies. I think he's great in this. You have the actress Hedda Graham, who was in the second Austin Powers movie. And I think the whole supporting cast do a great job. I like the characters. I thought they were all fun in the movie. The big positive thing with this movie for me is that the accent I think is great. There's some really fun, entertaining accent in this movie with how bloody and violent it is, and it commits to that. Like the first accent scene right away commits to that. You're just like, yeah, you know what tone this movie is going to be, and I think it does really well with its tone, with where it has a focused tone, and you just like, and it does it in a way which is just very entertaining. So I thought the accent was the best thing about this movie, where I found it really fun and entertaining. The action scenes, and the third act has some like crazy action scenes, and I really enjoyed those too. So the action is like very crazy in this movie, and I really like the immortal aspect, which was this aspect I wasn't expecting. Which is the one thing that makes it different from Ready or Not, is that you have a satanic group in this hotel who are all immortal, and I would say this movie's more bloody and violent than any of the Ready or Not movies. The more aspect I would say is the thing that is the surprising element of the movie that I didn't expect to be part of this movie, and I feel like they handled it pretty well. Where you have this group, the Sarkanic group, who worships Satan. They get to live, they get these, they offer these people who would be killed, and sometimes they'll let a person live to work in this hotel, and the thing they get is that they get to live longer. So I like that aspect of the story. Like I think they did a good job where that like how they did that part of the story in the movie. And I think all the characters were just fun characters. And the accent I think was definitely entertaining and over top in the best way in my opinion, where it was just over top in a fun way. So overall, I thought this was just a solid, all the way over the top action movie. If you're somebody who really enjoys or loves the Kill Bill or Ready or Not movies, I would say this movie's for you. Or if you're just somebody looking for like a fun action movie, I would say check this out. It's not a movie I would call great. It's not one of those movies where I'm going to sit here and go like, oh man, this is a movie that really stuck with me. I'm going to like need to rewatch this again and again. But I would say this is a movie worth checking out if you're just looking for a fun, entertaining action movie. So that's my thoughts on They Will Kill You. Until next time, movie fans.